Friendship should be mutually beneficial.
Is this a mentee-mentor relationship?
I asked the question. I just asked someone asked a question. I just asked because we want to be loved more than we want to be respected.
Just because you are a believer in Christ also does not mean that it gives people the jurisdiction to use you, especially your talents and your gifts.
Yes.
You can still have standards.
You have to be careful with your energy and with your resources. I'm not saying your money, I'm saying your you-ness.
Just everything.
What you offer, because especially if you're gifted and talented, people will use you up. They're not bothered by what they're doing.
No sleep lost at night. Sleeping well, actually.
A standard is one of those non-negotiables. How many of us don't know our standards for people across the board? You are the one with the issue.
How you gonna ask me for something
you're not even doing?
Well, because we gotta really understand what the difference between a standard and a preference is.
Come on. And sometimes we stay in relationships we shouldn't be in because we can't decide what's a standard and what's a preference like.
Right.
You get talked to me crazy. Some people like to get talked to crazy. We just let people just come in and go out and just turn up and turn out as they please. As they please. So glad we didn't give up on each other. Is the reason why we have this podcast, because we know that people can change. We know it with the right information, the right tools, you can experience better connection, better friendship.
We are literally products of it.
Products of growth. If it doesn't go how you want, you will not die. You will survive.
Now y'all know anybody can call you a friend, but not everybody shows up. So if you're down with the fake connection, Friendship University is the place to be, to learn, to grow, to laugh and build your community. Don't wait another minute, we're about to start. Don't listen, dance, listen, cause we're coming from the heart. Grab a break, grab a pen, cause we're back again. With the laugh and the lesson, sit down cause class is in session.
Welcome back to another episode of the Friendship University Podcast, the number one podcast for learning how to get the friendships you really want. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. We're so glad to have you for another week. Welcome to our new listeners. If you're new here, I'm Christan. This is my lovely co-host Tarrah. As you can see, she's your queen too. She's actually giving like more step. Like, stomp the yard.
Stomp the yard.
Like,
crazy. Yes. It's giving very much, collegiate.
Yes, absolutely.
Let
us know how y'all feeling about,
what do y'all think about the merch?
Merch drops that could potentially happen, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the pockets, the warmth, the coziness.
Yes, it's chilly outside. It's very cozy.
And there's something on the back, but we're gonna show you that. I can't get up and show you.
We don't wanna,
but it's like some dope stuff on the back.
Yeah,
of this,
absolutely.
Yes.
But we're back for another week. Welcome
we
home.
Never introduce.
Oh gosh, we are remiss. That's our apologies. This is actually our school mascot, Waddell. He is the official third host. You'll see him make some appearances every now and then. A lot of times he's just out in the glory from the things that Tarrah has said,
or you have said,
and
really
the
you be
that
dropping
she
bombs.
Drops. So even right now, he's waving to you all, but he's just gonna chill back here until he feels like making another appearance. But yeah, who knows? Maybe Waddell will end up on some merch.
I think that'd be dope.
I think it
super dope.
Super dope.
What do y'all think? And welcome back to all of our, our friends that are showing up for class. That is amazing. And then welcome to our new subscribers. Woo! If you're new here, comment below. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are you getting from our podcast? Like, this is a community. We're all in this together. We are not experts. We are just learning like you. We just happen to have background in these things: psychology, sociology. I'm a teacher, a certified teacher. And so It's exciting. It's exciting to share this information with people who need it and want it and want to grow and have amazing friendships. Love God, want to see lives change and like change your own lives.
Yeah,
you know? So
for sure. So let us know in the comments if you're new here, and let us know what topics you would like us to talk about.
Yeah.
We're open for it. We're about to hop into a friendship court, so we'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. We are now in friendship court with the Honorable Judge Tarrah presiding. You all may take your seats. Today on the docket, Judge, we have a very interesting one. We've got the court case, Ashley versus Tiffany, in the charge of violation of friendship standards. Ashley, plaintiff, has a long-distance friend, Tiffany, the defendant, who moved about a year ago. Since the move, Ashley, plaintiff, has been the one who's had to call or text to initiate any contact. Ashley, plaintiff, gets that some people aren't good at keeping up with long-distance friends, but admits that it's kind of tiring to be the one that always reaches out. So, Ashley, plaintiff, decided to take a step back, and since then hasn't heard from Tiffany, the defendant, for about 2 months. Recently, their alma mater was hosting an event, and Ashley, the plaintiff, is a donor volunteer and had to contact Tiffany, defendant, about the event. When Ashley, the plaintiff, reached out to Tiffany, the defendant, expressed disappointment that they had not heard from Ashley, plaintiff, in quite a while. Ashley, plaintiff, was taken aback as she didn't expect someone who never reaches out to have disappointment in not talking. Plaintiff and the defendant haven't spoken since, but Ashley, plaintiff, wants to know if she did anything wrong. So in the case of Ashley versus Tiffany in the charge of violation of friendship standard, how do you rule?
Well, I have to think long and hard about this one. Long and hard. All right, I think I've come to my decision.
All right.
Based on the facts that you stated in this case, Ashley, plaintiff, she took the initiative. Looks like she was showing up as a consistent friend, whether she felt like it or not, and she put in the work. It seems as though that the defendant did not put in the same effort. It seems like their relationship was a bit one-sided. Also, I noticed when you said that Ashley, plaintiff, decided to take a step back. Now, back. Not back and forth, but just back. And when she took a step back, it doesn't seem like it was noticed immediately, but when she made the phone call, it was brought up that she was missed somehow, or there was some disappointment. And I think that was the right step for Ashley to take, because that energy wasn't being reciprocated. We talk more about that in our other episodes. But back to the issue at hand. In my ruling, I have to rule that in favor of the plaintiff.
Woo! You heard that.
Because she showed up, didn't give up, and she allowed the energy to speak for itself, and the defendant just did not speak up. So with that being said, I rule in favor of the plaintiff.
All right, you heard that. Tiffany girl, you guilty. You need to up your ante, because you're not meeting the standards of friendship with Ashley.
All right, everybody. Now it's time to take out the trash. Take out the trash. Take out the trash. Take out the trash right now. Take out the trash. Take out the trash.
Take out the trash right now. Yeah. The part of class where we talk about the real life things that we have done to clean up the mess in our lives.
All right. I'm so excited to share this tool with you because, without this, hot mess express. I would be hot mess express. And it has revolutionized my life in so many different ways. I just can't even imagine where I would be, where my life would be had someone not invested and gave this to me at a young, tender age of 15. Oh. At 15, my Faja, my dad gave me my first study Bible. Ooh. Yes. And what is the difference between a study Bible and just a regular Bible, or one of those little green Bibles that people just hand you, right? What are those called? Gideon's Bible. Gideon's. A study Bible. My study Bible was in a translation that I could understand. So, the Bible has been around for thousands of years, and it has been translated into every language you could think of, and they have other translations that kind of break down the meaning and help you understand it in a more modern vernacular, more modern words, right? Mm-hmm. So it's easier to understand. And so first, that was the type of Bible I got. The Bible my dad gave me was called a New Living Translation. Mm-hmm. It actually had multiple translations in it, which is what we call a parallel Bible. But for my beginners, I would just get 1 to 2 translations. Mm-hmm. And that translation was easier for me to read, easier for me to digest, easier for me to understand. So when I read a verse, I understood what it was saying versus the yea, thou, beest.
Okay. I lived in the New Living Translation for a long
time. So, and there's nothing wrong if you want to just read the King James Version. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're struggling, and I will fall asleep. Ain't that like the devil? Ooh. I would be trying to read my Bible, just fall asleep. If that's you, if you're struggling and you're like, man, I really want to know, but I just struggle to read it, you might want to try getting a different translation. And then also a study Bible it breaks down the context of what's going on. Mm-hmm. So it kind of reads a little bit more like a story. So it has these cliff notes and these footnotes to tell you what words mean, where else you can find them in the Bible, what was going on at that time, to give you the cultural context of what's happening. That says a lot, and you miss a lot in the interpretation and understanding of what's going on when you don't know what culturally things mean. Yeah. How much is a shekel? How much is this in modern day language? That's really, really important. And so when I had the study Bible, had all these interesting footnotes in it, it just made the Bible come alive to me. It made it. And they had an area where it was how do I apply this to my life?
Yeah, real life application. And it was man, yes, these teachings never get old. They literally are always relevant. There's nothing new under the sun, as the old folks used to say. And they are constantly still to this day, you can apply them to your life and see a massive change, you know? So I would really recommend you get a study Bible. Go to one of those bookstores, or if you order it, but I would love to see you just go to a bookstore, see what speaks to you, what translation you like, which cliff notes you like. Do you want a paperback? Do you want a softback? And find something that you can touch. And there's nothing wrong with apps. Don't get me wrong. The Bible app is amazing. They have all the translation, but that study Bible, having that paper, no distractions, and then all the interesting cliff notes on the inside, and application tips and all of that. Amazing. I learned so much, highlighting, writing my own notes, and then having my little notebook that went with it. It really just created
just something that was unique to me, and it was like something I could do every day, a new habit, right? We talked about habits like last time. So a habit that I could form that was just like, okay, I got my notebook, I got my Bible, this is my time where I have my time with God by myself, my devotion. And it didn't have to be 10 minutes, it didn't have to be 15 minutes, it didn't have to be 30 minutes. But as time went on and progressed, I would naturally want to read more.
Yeah.
It wasn't like somebody made me do it. It was like, I want to know, man, this is helpful to me. Oh man, I'm really hurt about this.
Yeah.
Or this is painful to me, but this story really speaks to me, you know, or I'm able to write down like what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing. And it's just that time where you study to know more about God and apply those things to your life. And also in the process, you learn more about yourself. And it helps you to like deal with yourself. It's so many times we're just ripping and running and just doing life at 90 miles per hour. But when you take some time and you study God's word and are listening for like, okay, I want to be more like you, help me. Like, you learn so much.
Yeah.
It is so powerful. So,
Yeah.
life-changing. That alone has taken out so much trash. Your girl,
Cut.
Oscar, over here. Absolutely out of control. Mouth out of control. But God.
But God.
And that study Bible. Very helpful.
I agree. That study Bible definitely game changer for me.
Game
It was a
changer.
I don't think I got my first study Bible till I was in college.
Uh-huh.
But man, when I got it, I said, "No, where they been hiding all this information? Where has this been? All my life I had to fight. I could just be opening this up and reading it." So I completely 100%
came alive.
agree. Comes alive. It
Comes
definitely
alive.
comes alive for you. It makes it
real.
Very much so.
Yeah, like this, I can use this versus like, this is so lofty, I don't understand.
This
no,
is
it was
outdated. It's like, yeah,
no, it was like, oh no, that just happened to me last week.
Period.
Did.
I love that. Well, find your local bookstore. See if you can. I love that you said go to a bookstore. You know,
Yes, touch the pages.
Touch the pages. See what speaks to you. You want hardback, softback. You want leather. Treat yourself.
Because God forbid something happens and you can't access your Bible online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always have your notes there. You know, it's just awesome.
Yeah, and it's something about that just physical copy, pulling it out, carrying it around with you. It really does create a habit. Yeah. For sure. So I love that. Mm-hmm. All right.
Classes in session.
You know what I've come to realize? Most friendships don't end because people don't care.
I think they actually end because nobody ever said what they really need. Let's talk about standards.
What they really mean, how they help you have a healthier, longer lasting friendship. So, what are the benefits of having standards in friendship? I have an interesting stat here that we saw. Friendships are one of the biggest predicators of happiness, emotional health, and even how long we live. Studies on friendship satisfaction show that people feel closer, safer, and more fulfilled when their expectations in friendship are met. Friendships require more than vibes and mutual interests. They require clarity and mutual standards. So, if standards are unclear, it can create confusion, conflict, illusions. We talk all the time about how we make up these stories in our heads.
Man.
And it can create distance.
Oh my God, so true.
We just had to rule in favor of the plaintiff earlier because there were just some unmet standards in the friendship. But, you know, we're only given a snippet, so I wonder how communicative she was about what she expected her friendship standard to be.
Yeah, it seems like it shifted, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe in the beginning they were more communicative and, you know, and she decided to take the stand of, hey, I'm going to pull back because I'm not being reciprocated. This is not mutual. And so, she was right.
Yeah.
And to be disappointed when you're not getting you're doing your part.
Yeah. It's natural satisfaction.
You know, we gotta take a look within, right?
Yeah.
So it is important that we have that conversation. That was not really said in the,
we're only giving a
small picture, but sometimes you do have to have those conversations, and after that conversation you get to really see, are they willing to shift, or aren't they? Once you bring up your feelings, once you bring up what's on your heart, is that something that they're willing to say, you know what, you're right, I haven't been showing up, but I want to. This has been going on, and that happens all the time in friendship, like all the time. You know what, girl, I'm so sorry, I've been swamped with this and this, and at that point we have a choice, right? Are we going to continue the same pattern, or we're going to shift?
Yeah, I think standards help us answer questions like, what does it mean to show up to me? What does respect feel like? What makes me feel emotionally safe? We previously have been talking about emotional intelligence and really understanding your feelings and what they mean to you, and understanding other people's emotions. And so I really do feel like when you have clear standards for yourself and what you expect in your relationships, it really can offer up a lot more clarity.
Yeah, absolutely. We need clarity, and a standard is one of those non-negotiables.
Right.
It's just like, I have to have this.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to be able to stay in community if I, like, for instance, respect. You can't respect me. You can't talk to me respectfully. This is one of my non-negotiables. I don't know. If
that's true.
We can't be cool.
And I think it's important. I love that you said that a standard is non-negotiable, because we got to really understand what the difference between a standard and a preference is.
Come on.
Because if you bend a standard, I don't think it's a standard.
It's not.
If you let somebody cross the line on that, then it's no
not
longer a standard.
So let's be clear. A standard is a non-negotiable, right?
Yep.
It's like, this is what I need to be safe. This is a part of my safety. If you cannot talk to me, if you cannot talk to me with respect, it threatens my mental, emotional safety, right? Versus a preference that is like, oh, that's nice to have.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool, right? It's cool. Like, for instance, it might be cool if I have a friend that likes to shop with me. But maybe you don't like to shop. Maybe you like to online shop. You're like, I'm not leaving my house.
Fair.
Whereas I'm like, nah, girl, let's go out and go to the store, blah, 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 blah. Which I'm really not like that in real life.
No, just like the beauty supply store or makeup.
Tell my tea. Are we telling the tea?
My bad. Yes, you're like a kid in a candy store.
Sephora, Ulta, sponsor us. No. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
You know me, like back your hand. So, like, does that have to happen? No. Can you still be my friend if you don't go to Ulta with me or Sephora with me? No, you don't have to. It's nice. We have a great time. Like that little, he be like, come, I have something to show you. That little boy. Come on. It's gonna be a great time. That's me trying to get you to go to the music block.
No, just
come on.
Just for a little while.
It's gonna be a really great time.
That's fair.
He's so cute. But yeah, you don't have to have that. It's nice to have, you know, versus no, we can, if you disrespecting me, we can't be
talking
friends.
me out the side of your neck.
You can't talk to me crazy. Some people like to get talked to crazy.
Or don't mind it.
Or don't mind it. I mean, I'm not saying we don't joke, because we joke constantly. But disrespected, I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Like, you know how we don't call each other out of our names.
We don't.
Like,
ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And then, that's like a
standard
norm for some people.
That's
our standard. We just don't do that.
No, we just don't. No.
So, but for some people, it's like, no, that's okay.
Yeah. So you have to decide, right? What's the standard and what's the preference, and what happens when we confuse those? A lot of times we'll cut off people too fast. Like, it's like, oh, they don't go to the mall with me, blah 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 blah. They can't be my friend. It's like, is that a preference or is that a standard? And sometimes we stay in relationships we shouldn't be in because we can't decide what's a standard and what's a preference. Like, you're, in friendship with someone who doesn't respect you at the foundation of your relationship.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yeah. It's a problem. They might like to go out with you, but they don't respect your boundaries. That's a problem. So, that way, then, later down the road, you're like, man, she's not a good friend. But you were distracted by the fact that y'all had fun together and y'all like to go out.
Fair.
Because
sometimes we're more inept to want to have people around just to have them around.
Oof. Every
week. We'll let a standard, what should be a standard, really slip. Cause
we let it skate on by.
Just, I'm gonna.
Just because we don't want to be by ourselves.
Yeah, and we'll do it like person to person too. Which again is like a standard is across the board. Everybody
can get it. Everybody can get it. Yeah,
for us to be able to be in relationship.
Yeah,
and so
pause for the cause. I don't think y'all heard what my best friend just said. I don't think y'all heard it. She said this is across the board. Everybody. How many of us don't know our standards for people across the board? We just let people We just let people just come in and go out and just turn up and turn out as they please. as they please. And then you hurt and feeling away. And why people disrespect me? Because we let them. Yeah. And we have to be able to say, no, you're not going to treat me like that. 90 to 9 months. This is an unacceptable behavior. Boundary.
It'll never fly. Now, you might not necessarily give someone a pass, but if it happens,
I'm gonna address you.
Right, we can have a conversation. I don't have to automatically jump to, "Ooh, you stepped over a standard. This is it."
Period. As my niece would say, we have to have a conversation. She couldn't say V's, y'all, so she said B's. It was a conversation, but she wasn't wrong.
She wasn't wrong.
She wasn't wrong. 4 years old, she wasn't wrong.
She wasn't wrong.
Yeah, because we teach people how to treat us.
Yup.
Through communication.
And acceptance. The actions we accept. Because we can still say something out of our mouths and accept something different in reality.
Yes. Accept and not stand on business. It's not stand on business, not do what we said because we want to be loved more than we want to be respected.
I want to slide out this shit.
It's like, but at the end of the day, you get enough disrespect, you're like, man, I'd rather be respected.
I'd rather be by myself.
I'd rather be by myself than have somebody, what Tyler say? I can do bad all by myself.
Down on my love. Shut up. Back against
No, but seriously, it's like I don't need you in my life disrespecting me.
Yeah.
Like what I'm gonna do is I'm going to because you don't know better, and we are different people. We grew up different ways, and I don't necessarily from jumps think that you're being malicious.
I don't think you understand how great that was that you just said. We grew up different. Everybody grows up different with different experiences, different standards and expectations in their own household, from their own parents and their own families. So it's so important to not only understand your standards versus your preferences, but communicate them.
Yes.
And be open about it, because they will help you in the end. Let's talk about why having standards actually helps you in friendships, right? So many people think if you have standards, you're being difficult, but research shows the opposite. Because at the core of it, we're nerds, we're educators. We love a good research. Clear standards reduce conflict because people know what matters to you. They also protect your emotional energy, and it really helps you to have to stop over giving, over explaining, over tolerating. You always feel like, I'm always having to explain myself. I'm always having to do this. I'm always having to put somebody in their place. Have you ever communicated like, hey, maybe you don't like pop-ups. That's just not your wheelhouse.
Great example.
Like, don't show up at my house for whatever reason. Unannounced. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
You're on the Ring camera. Turn around and go home.
I see you on the Ring camera. I'm calling the cops. Get off of my property right now. Like, and that, for some people, that ain't no big deal. Cause pop up at my house. I mean, not pop up at my house, but I'm just saying theoretically for some people. Pop up at my house, show me love, pop up. But for some people, and this person may just be like used to being able to pop up, and you just like keep letting them in. And every time they leave, you upset. Oh, God, I can't believe the key. But you've never said, listen, I'm actually... that I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel good. I appreciate you thinking about me or wanting to spend time with me, but I don't do well when people just pop up out of nowhere without prior notice and communication. It throws my whatever off, whatever XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So you have to communicate that, because you will oftentimes harbor resentment and just all these different things that start to build up when you don't express yourself or even have standards to begin with. So let's talk about how we create healthy standards.
I love this because I'm all about solutions. Okay, like that is the reason why we have this podcast, because we know that people can change. We know it with the right information, the right tools, you can experience better connections, better friendship.
Literally products of it.
Products of growth. How many phases and versions of each other have we known and have had to grow into and understand and evolve? So, the first thing you want to do is reflect, right? You want to think about the times where you feel hurt and drained in your friendships. That means that something is off, right? There's something is not where it should be. You may feel violated. You may feel hurt. You may feel, you have this yucky feeling, right? And so many times we just push it to the side and ignore it, avoid it. Don't address it, or we address it the wrong way. We let it build up. So it's so important that we reflect, and it seems like this whole world is set up to keep us constantly distracted.
Man, talk about it.
Talking about it.
Talk about it for real. It really does feel like everything is set up to make us not have a moment to just sit down
and think and reflect, whether it's sobriety, we're not sober, whether it's we're distracted with social media, Netflix, TikTok, whatever.
We have to work
3 jobs
hours a day
to pay the rent, all your money spent.
For real. It's crazy.
It's too much. And so it's like, and then it's like constant, now it's FaceTime. You constantly on FaceTime.
Yep.
I'm a teacher and the kids be on FaceTime in class. Turn that off. Get off the phone. It's just
Put
like.
Put that phone away. Put that phone away, y'all. Please. For your teacher's sake. Put it away.
And I say hello. See, I'm the type of teacher that'll get around
Hello.
the camera. Hello, how you doing?
You not supposed to be in class?
She gotta go. She gotta go. She gonna call you back.
Au
And
revoir.
passing period.
Okay. Au revoir.
Konnichiwa. Kimosabi. We got to go.
Okay.
I got to go. So, like, we need time to self-reflect, be sober-minded. And that is what we was talking about today. We was talking about have some devotional time with the Bible. It's like that time where you just think. You can get a download. Like, you can get a message from God. It's like, you going the wrong way.
You going down fast.
Down Chinatown.
Down Chinatown. And that is so true, that devotional time.
Yes.
Because we often talk about, like we just talked about, having language for your emotions with the emotional intelligence episodes. The next thing you really need to be able to do is be able to name the need. And that devotional time, I've found, oftentimes will put words to what you are feeling. Yes. It's like, I'm experiencing this. And I know for me, especially as I've grown and matured, that oftentimes I'll be like, I don't feel like it's them. So what is it within me that's happening?
Right.
So it really helps you when you name the need to turn the pain into clarity. Maybe I need consistency. Again, going back to, I'm always the one reaching out. And you're never reaching out to me.
You're talking about I feel triggered.
Every 2 weeks or once a month, or I give you a little bit. Like I call you every day for a month, and then I disappear for 2 months.
And I'm telling you, we understand season change. We probably have some college students here, like, watching. Y'all talk to y'all friends every day.
Which I'm
like
trying to
3
tell
and 4 times a day.
You. I'm trying to tell you, as someone who had to real life experience it and learn. Going from being in somebody's face every single day of every moment of every single day, almost. Yeah. Tarrah and I lived together.
Lived together.
Went to church together. Was in a lot of classes. Activities.
We weren't in class together, but we was in activities
together. Just
always together.
And then, boop, we graduate, and we're both in different states. All this stuff. Different time zones. Actually,
tell the truth.
It was like, man, we had to start making value efforts. And I'll be honest, at first I was not good at it. Okay, you didn't have to be so enthusiastically in agreement with me on it. Like,
sorry, I was just trying to support. I
appreciate. Let just felt like you was too ready.
I was just trying to let them know that you wasn't. I wasn't. You good at a lot of things.
I am. Thank you. I am
a lot of things because you're smart. You're intelligent. Lord.
But I was not. And as someone who I like to talk to my friends, I like to be in communication. I grew up with siblings. I grew up in a very affectionate family. But something happened. Now, granted, I was going through my own stuff. We be going through. You graduate college.
Life be life.
It's like,
it's life.
Hey, so you thought you were in the real world. Yeah. We're gonna this is actually the real world.
Bills,
right
they cost you. They jump your back. They jump you from the back, from the side, and the front.
We was just good.
We was cool.
What happened?
I got real bills, insurance, car insurance.
Off my parents' insurance.
Toilet paper. It's too much.
I gotta buy my own
groceries, everything.
And I gotta put gas in my car. How am I supposed to do all of this
alone? It's too much. So it's a transition. It's like a hard transition sometimes. So what I'm saying is, in life, college, you see your friends every day. Then you don't see them. And she was 100% right. You have to make a concerted effort to stay in connection and contact. And it's just like, that's a conversation, because how many conversations did we have about that?
And I want to say this. Sometimes it may not be one conversation. Ooh. And that's okay. We're not saying every time it will be multiple. But sometimes when you know a relationship is worth it.
Worth it. Keywords.
You may be willing to have the conversation more than once, more than twice, sometimes more than twice.
Man, but see, you got to know what you're dealing with. You got to be able to discern the heart of a person.
Yeah.
This is not, truthfully, sometimes these are deep rooted issues that are coming up, right?
Absolutely.
From childhood, maybe you're not good with time management. You're not good with this. You're not good with that. You don't know how you deal with pain. You deal with it certain ways. And it's not just one issue. So sometimes it might take more than one conversation, but you got to discern that this person wants to and is trying. They just need a little time and a little patience.
Yeah, that's so good. And that is so true. You do have to discern that they want to and they have the heart to change. They're just having a little bit more of a difficult time.
I'm so glad we didn't give up on each other.
Girl,
we wouldn't be
I
here
was
today.
almost outcast to sea. With our other friend, I had one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
I had one more time.
I wasn't done with you, but she almost was.
I appreciate you because I feel like on the back end you was rallying for me.
I was. I believed in
I
you.
feel that in my heart.
I was like, I think she'll be all right.
Please.
But
I was just going through my own.
You was getting chewed
out.
out.
Getting rocked. I was like, God, every time.
So that brings us to our next step. We got to communicate clearly because we did. We had those conversations multiple times, and we were patient.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, because we know you're good. We knew you were a good person.
I think that's so great that you said you were patient, but I also want to know, I don't know if I've ever told y'all this, like,
do tell.
Exactly in these words. I've said I appreciate the patience and stuff, but you all were, for the most part, kind.
Oh, amen.
In your approach. It was a very loving, like, hey, you can't disappear for
months. We got to check in.
For a month. And then we don't know.
And what I want to say is I want to give kudos to our other friend that we mention a lot because she had the skill set that I didn't.
She had the skill set of both.
Neither one of us did. She was the only direct person.
She was very mature for our age.
She was the most mature person we knew.
Like, was more mature than some, like, older people we knew in our lives at the time.
Yes.
Like, had emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Had skill set to communicate it clearly. Had standards and was not going to let you cross them.
And was not afraid to have those conversations.
Not afraid to have them. And I was like...
Me? Very afraid. Very indirect. Very
and as someone who considered themselves direct, I mean, I was direct and am direct. I still was not as emotionally mature as I thought I was at the time. Yes,
but looking back on it, she was so mature, and she was loving enough to say, "Hey, I love you, but this is not work. This is unacceptable."
Yeah,
you know, and I benefited from it. Even though I didn't have the conversation myself.
That's fair.
But
you did.
I benefited. But
well, see, it was like
I was
double Dutch. No, cause she was able to confront me, but on the back end, you was like, okay, she could like you was rallying.
Now you
for
know
me.
You gotta, you better.
Yeah, and then she was like, now you know you gotta. Yeah. Okay.
I was like good. She was like bad cop, good cop.
Yeah.
She was like bad cop. I was like good cop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your mama not finna be playing with you now.
You
You better,
you
know. Right.
Please.
That was me.
Just
that was me.
Oh, we both go get in trouble.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
That's exactly what
what happened.
And she was good about doing this next step, which was practicing mutuality.
Yeah.
Like, she was never going to like give you a standard that she was never going to reciprocate. She really wasn't.
So
Looking
good.
back on it, she wasn't going to be like, you have to be in communication and never call.
Can we talk about that? Because it often shows up like we ask for things that we don't fulfill ourselves.
We don't fulfill ourselves.
And how can you lead by example if you're not doing the thing? Like, you have to do at least do what you're asking for.
Yeah. That's the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
How you gonna ask me for something that
You're not even doing yourself?
I remember, this was a long time ago. I remember reading this story of this person who gave I can't remember if it's their spouse or whatever, like a kidney. But then when the person was asked if they would have done the same thing for them, they're like, no. I said, excuse me? You mean to tell me? And no shade, because if the person gave it, who is that person to not take it?
They definitely gonna take it.
They gonna take it.
Which is powerful. Woo! It's powerful. It's powerful.
That is.
Because how many times do we do that? Just in friendship. Mm-hmm. You know, we accept, we pour and pour and pour. And if you ask that other person would they do that, the answer is no.
Absolutely.
So friendship should be mutually beneficial. I can't say how many friends I've had to let go once I realized I'm always coming to you.
Wow.
I'm always calling you. I'm always coming to your house. You never come to my house. Ooh. You never call me and make sure we going out. But it's always about your stuff. I come support your events. Do you come support my events?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I started to see, hey, this is not mutual. And now it's just like, now is this, if I'm always here for you, you're never here for me. Is this more of a mentor relationship? And mentee relationship? That's not the same.
That is so good. Is this a mentee mentor relationship?
I asked a question. I just asked a question. Someone asked a question.
Yeah.
I just asked a question.
Y'all trying to put people in friendship positions that really just want to be mentored by you.
Ooh, you can't tell them nothing, but they can tell you stuff. You can't trust them, but they can trust you. It's no. Now wait a minute. We not. That's not friendship. Mm-mm. It needs to be mutual.
Yeah, mutual. I don't want to use the term mutual beneficial, because a mentorship and mentee is mutual beneficial to some capacities. But
okay.
Not in the same level as friendship. When I say like mutually beneficial, you know, you
on the friendship level, right. I'm getting friendship, you're getting friendship. Yes. So that's really, I'm about to start implementing that. So you want me to mentor you then? You don't want me to be your friend? Is that what it is? Because what are you? How
what's
are you
happening? I'm giving a lot here.
And how we're mad, because here's the thing, you have to be careful with your energy and with your resources. I'm not saying your money, I'm saying your you-ness.
Just everything.
What you offer, because especially if you're gifted and talented, people will use you up.
Keep on using me.
Like,
until they use you up.
Until you use me up. Like, for real. Like, and won't think. And because you keep saying yes, it's on you.
Because you keep saying yes. And I wanna say this because this is a faith-based podcast, that just because you are a believer in Christ also does not mean that it gives people the jurisdiction to use you. Yes. Especially your talents and your gifts.
Yes.
You can still have standards.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. God is the one that had to show me boundaries.
Yeah.
My relationship with God showed me boundaries, not people. You know, like he would say, you know, people would give me opportunity. Yeah, you can do this, you can do that. He'd be like, no. I'd be like, why, God, they want me to do? No. He would tell me no more than yes. And it was like, I had to learn to preserve myself. This is not a free for all. And what you have is not for everybody and everything.
Yep. And
I had a friend that told me, he was like, you know, Tarrah, you're meant to be able to have freedom to you know, use your gifts, but it's not for everything. You have to be, intentional about where you place your energy, because and where you place your gifts and your resources, you only have so much.
You only have so much.
You
That's
are
so
not
true.
you do not have an unlimited supply of energy. You do not have an unlimited supply of
time,
of resources. You only have so much a day. So for you to give it in places that where they are not stewarding, appreciating, honoring what you have, it's 10 other people that will be blessed to experience what you have to offer.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know, and when the Bible say, don't cast your pearls before swine, don't give what is holy to dogs. Don't give things that your anointing, like things that cost you something, to people who don't care. It don't matter to them.
Yeah,
that's for real.
That's very true. That is so true. That is so true. I really wanted to make that point because we oftentimes I feel like we oftentimes as Christians and believers, I always say believers because my name is Christan, and then it's like Christian, it's just like, as believers, don't equate boundaries to God, but that is exactly what He is all about. Safety.
Yeah.
Like
God has standards. You're not just gonna worship Him any kind of way you want. You're not just gonna come to Him, give Him the leftovers.
Woo!
Give Him whatever you want when you want. He don't play that. He know who he is. He's comfortable in who he is, and he know he deserves the best and asks for the best. Yeah. Oh no, I want the first fruit. Give me the first fruit. After that, everything will be blessed. But you give me the first.
Yeah.
You know how many times did Israel go to war and they had to give God the first? They was like, oh man, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. But then He'll bless the rest.
Every time.
Every single time. You know how many times that Leviticus is all about how you gonna worship Him and how you're not gonna worship Him.
Yep.
This is appropriate. This is inappropriate. This is what you do. This is how I like it. This is how I want it. And not to say, but we should have standards. That is a godly thing, that we should not just be
accepting of everything.
Of everything, a free for all, and whatever you want to do, and I'll just take it in the crumbs. No. You have to know who you are, and you have to say, you know what? Yeah. I appreciate that you want to do that. That just doesn't work for me. I know you meant well, but in relationship, I have to keep me safe and to keep you safe and to make sure this works. I have to set this boundary.
Exactly. And from a godly standpoint, I love you no less.
I love you.
I love you with the love of Christ.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with love. It actually has everything to do with love.
Everything to do. I love you and I love me.
I love you and love me, not you instead of me.
Because I have to love you as much as I love myself.
Yes. I don't love you instead of me. Where I sacrifice, Jesus sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it won't be times where you won't have to sacrifice. We have to carry our own crosses, okay?
I bear one, but I'm not getting on.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
That you did it, so I don't have to. But I'm saying, like, I'm not saying you won't have to. Love has a sacrificial aspect. Yeah. I'm not saying you won't have to make sacrifices for people you love. I'm not saying you won't have to do things you don't want to do.
Yeah,
but I'm saying there is still a God has standards, and He still says, "Hey, this works for me, and this does not."
Yep. And He will tell you, this is why you shouldn't accept this.
Yep.
And this is not what I have called for you, and that is not the best that I have for you.
Yes, and His standards are, come to me with a pure heart. Yep. I don't want your anything. You know, and I remember God is so real about that. He don't play that. And when you really walk with Him, you're like, you right about it. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
You really do be like, I really be like, all right, yeah, I was playing.
So you're just not gonna spend no time with me for 2 days in a row? Ooh, out of order. I don't appreciate it.
That's my bad, dog.
I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. You know, and He starts showing you like, no, we got a standard to our relationship. You know, We spend time together. We read. We talk about things before we make big moves. You don't just make big moves and not talk to me. I'm your daddy. I know what's going on.
Yep.
You don't. He give me 2 fingers just like this. You don't know what's going on.
Now sit down.
So you just be making big decisions. That's what we doing?
Yeah,
we doing? That's what we doing? No, we're not doing that. So it's a standard. You have a standard in your relationship with God. And you know, as you study, you understand what his standards are, and you should have standards as well.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. I heard a pastor say, you know, Jesus did not beg for Judas to stay when he was gonna betray him. He said, whatever you're gonna do it quickly.
It quickly.
He said, oh, please don't do it. How dare you, my friend?
Have to do? And I trusted you.
I thought we was
whatever.
No, whatever you're gonna do
it quickly.
So it was just like, my standard is either you with me or you not. And whatever, if you not, do what you got to do. That was real boss.
It was.
It's really boss stuff.
I mean, we're talking about the ultimate boss.
The ultimate boss.
Do it quickly.
Do it quickly, my ninja. Do it quick. That was
What
so
if you all will
bossy.
Oh yes.
I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
So.
I do love that. I think that this is just great because there's so many reasons we can allow people to walk all over us.
Doormat
like it's
behavior.
a doormat, and you're upset about it and you feel a type of way about it, but you just really don't know how to handle it. And sometimes because you don't have any standards, sometimes because you don't enforce them, sometimes because as a believer you just think like I'm supposed to love everybody, I'm supposed to have the kindest heart, and no, kindness and love is standards. For sure. So,
and it's kind and loving too. If you have a problem with your brother, go to him. That's Bible.
Yeah.
You need to have the conversation. You need to do and say the hard thing.
The thing about it is, you know how in class, oftentimes, the teacher will encourage, like, you know, ask your question because you never know, maybe somebody else who has the same question in the class. Mm-hmm. It's like, if somebody is doing this thing to you and it's bothering you, it's probably happening to other individuals as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe it's on you. Maybe you have been the one appointed to call your brother into love and say, your brother or your sister, and say, you know, this is not okay.
It's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable. And
I know it's scary.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to act like I've always been this direct person. Mm-hmm. Quite the opposite. Opposites.
I know you can't believe it,
I know it's hard, but I was extremely non-confrontational. Mm-hmm. Didn't want to ask people for stuff. Like, didn't want to be a burden. All of that. I was so that person and still struggle in some areas, you know, to this day where I have to like reflect, take the time to say, okay, what's hindering you? What's stopping you? And rewire that thought, right? Mm-hmm. I still have to very much do that. And so, but what I'm understanding is you are the one with the issue.
Hello.
They seem to be doing quite fine.
They're fine.
They're not bothered by what they're doing.
No sleep lost at night. Sleeping well, actually. I'm well rested. How are you? Oh.
Like a baby. You toss and turn.
You just can't believe they did that.
Yeah. And you are the one responsible for going to them if you have a problem. Mm-hmm. So let's put our big boy pants and big girl pants on and have the hard conversations. And a lot of times it's not even as hard as you think.
It's not as big a lot of times as we make it in our heads.
Really, it's not. And can I say this before we go? Because we're going to talk more about this. If it doesn't go how you want, you will not die. You will survive. And that's what it feels like. It feels like if I do this, like my life will crumble to a million pieces. It won't.
It won't.
You will survive. And you will get back up again. And you will try again. You will live to try again another day.
You really will.
So, ending thoughts, you're not asking for too much when you ask for respect.
RESPCT. Find out what it means to me on this podcast. Thank you.
You're not asking for too much when you ask for mutuality, when you ask for love, when you ask for someone to show up because you believe in showing. Your standard for friendship is showing up when they need you, and you expect them to show up for you
when you need help as well. You're allowed to feel safe in your friendships. You're allowed mutuality, and learning how to set standards isn't about pushing people away or creating these impossible boundaries that nobody can reach. It's just about making space for the right ones who are supposed to be in your life, essentially.
Yeah.
Because the ones who respect them will respect them. That's it.
And the ones who want a friendship like that will stay. And the ones who are like, no, I need to be able to say what I want and treat you however I want
that.
They will leave.
So.
And it's better for you.
It's better for you.
That they leave.
Trust me. And really, the sooner the better. If we're going to
You're out of here.
I'm on Jesus time. Do what you're gonna do. Do it
quickly. Come on.
Do it quickly.
Whatever you gonna do.
Because
do it quickly.
Whatever you're gonna do.
Let's go. If you're leaving, leave.
I don't have.
If you're staying, stay.
I know 2026 just started, but I've got to
get out of here.
I've got to get out of here. So this week's homework assignment.
Oh my God!
Is
so funny.
My personal line, and what this is gonna do. Is this you're gonna draw a line down the middle of the page like this.
Come on.
This page, you're gonna draw a line right there. And then on the y'all don't we did this. It is on the gangster link. Look at it from this way. My equilibrium.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. It is okay.
On the left side, which I guess is this side on camera, you are going to write your standards.
That's actually okay.
S. We are backwards, y'all.
That's okay.
Whatever side. On one side, you're going to put your standards, which are your must-haves. And on the other side, you're going to put your preferences.
I love that.
Okay? So, you want to think about it again. Your standards are protecting your well-being, the way you expect people to show up safely in the relationship. And your preferences are how you like to be treated, but they're a little bit more flexible. They're not must-haves. They're more so, I enjoy when this happens in the relationship with this person. But if they are not into it or don't do it, it's okay. Okay? So we're so glad we had this time together. Until next class.
Peace.